Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and please do remember, if you do not like what I say, how I say it, or why I say it, then please do feel free to click off this video and go about the rest of your day in peace. And so before I jump into this video, if you guys did not see my community post, I am currently in the works of updating, making over my Patreon account. So currently there is one tier up on there of the new sort of set of tiers that I'm creating. So if you guys are interested in checking that out, learning more about it, I'm definitely revamping it to include way more tarot-like related rewards and the such. And it's just a good way if you guys are interested in helping and support the channel more so than just, of course, through viewing these videos, sharing these videos, liking and commenting, which is a great way, of course, to support the channel. But if you would like to help out in any other way, that is another option for you guys. And again, I'm still in the works of adding in more tiers, so I will have more updates on that as I go along. But with that said, let's go ahead and jump into this specific video. And of course, it is another weekly reading. And so this is covering the dates of November 18th to the 24th. So what we have going on in this week is the official end of Scorpio season and the beginning of Sagittarius season. So for all of you Sagittarians out there, happy birthday. And so as always, I'm going to start off by talking about the collective energy for this week. And so what we have here is the Three of Coins, the Two of Coins, the Diviner of Coins, which is basically like the Queen of Coins, and then we have the Seven of Cups. So a ton of earth energy right here, a ton of pentacles. So this week is definitely going to be heavy on the focus, I feel, of the material world, health, self-care, work. There's definitely a lot of ideas happening, I feel like, for a lot of people in this week, maybe a lot of different options, and because there's going to be kind of this dreamy mind space, I feel like, that a lot of us might be dealing with that Seven of Cups being present. It's going to require even more of a stress on keeping things balanced, keeping your body balanced, keeping your finances balanced, and, making sure that you're giving enough time to every aspect of your life. I feel like in this week, with this Diviner of Coins, this is a very nurturing, mother-like energy. It specifically is relating to being balanced, healthy, able to multitask, state of flow, joy, self-care. And that totally lines up here with the Two of Pentacles as well, which is all about, responsibility, balance, inner calm, and, being under pressure. So if you are feeling pressured in this week, definitely be working on balancing things out and also asking for help, I feel like, with that Three of Coins, because that's all about teamwork, common goals, dedication, and harmony. There's a lot of that going on here. So if you feel like you can't accomplish all your goals or all your tasks in this week, rely on those around you. Rely on family, friends, whatever it may be that you feel, supportive individuals who can really help you in your journey. That's going to be a very important aspect here. And again, with that Seven of Cups being present, it's decisions to be made, waiting on a final moment of clarity, patience. So there's definitely an element of decision making here as well with the Two of Pentacles. So for some of us in this week, it's going to be about making certain decisions. But with that said, let's go ahead and also now jump into the specific piles that we have for this reading. So for pile 1, we have the Malachite Stone. For pile 2, we have the Zebra Jasper. And for pile 3, we have this piece of Emerald. So definitely take as much time as you need, meditate on the cards, use a pendulum, use your own body as a pendulum, connect to your higher self, your guides, whatever it may be, to help you, be directed to the pile that is going to have the most resonant messages for you. And of course, if that's more than one pile, that's totally fine. Again, these are general readings, which means not every single message, not every single card may resonate to your personal situation in this week or overall in general. So just keep that in mind as you, resonate with certain piles, you listen to certain piles. So with that said, I will see you at your pile selection. All right, for those of you who picked pile 1 with this Malachite Stone, let's go ahead and, as always, I'm going to start by pulling the 3 overall tarot cards to represent your week here, and then we will pull some charms. So let's go ahead and see. For pile 1, Malachite group, what do you need to know for this week of November 18th to the 24th. Whoop. And there we go. This is a new deck. I'm using a couple new decks today, so we'll go ahead and see how those work. So let's go ahead now and also pull the charms in relation to your guys' this week. So let's see for group one. Alrighty. So of course we have some additional messages here. So let's see what we got. You will win success in whatever calling you adapt. Cooking is easy, doing dishes is the hard part. Your talents will be recognized and suitably rewarded. We also have steadiness comes from character and commitment. I definitely feel like, yeah, this is a group who might be dealing with a lot of work-related things in this week already, or a lot to do with success, a lot to do with talents, and, putting in the hard work. This is my Halloween costume. Whenever I see this button comes up, it always makes me think of, really being true to yourself, not hiding. It doesn't matter how strange others might perceive you. Just be who you truly are always. Let's go ahead and see. So we have, interesting, we have the Gemini charm here. So this is talking about being intelligent. So maybe for a lot of you, you are a Gemini, you have Gemini somewhere prominent in your natal placement, or maybe you're dealing with a Gemini, or this is just, again, a week that has a lot to do with intelligence, a lot with learning. And it's interesting because we have this particular shell, which I always take as, kind of like the twin flame kind of shell here. The Lover's card is kind of how I like to perceive this shell as, and it's, I feel like this is definitely relating to that Gemini energy as well, because it's sort of two parts of the same whole. We have the coin, so you might be seeing, again, something to do with finances, something to do with money in this week. An offer, perhaps, especially with this cup. Maybe it's an offer of love. Again, that might be an important aspect of this week for a lot of you. Your heart chakra. Also making sure that you're still keeping up with your own shadow work. There might be things from the past that come up in this week for some of you. Maybe exes, perhaps. Messages from the past. Messages from your ancestors, definitely. I feel like, so we have this elephant charm. Whenever I see the elephant charm, it makes me think of memory. It makes me think of, again, ancestors, deep hidden knowledge. But for some reason, the message that's coming through also with that is that you will be seeing a lot of elephants for some reason in this week. For some of you, you might, that might be a prominent thing that you see. Wish upon a star. Again, I feel like there's something unique about this week for you guys. We also have I love football. So maybe for some of you who are in school right now, maybe you play football, or maybe somebody you care about does. Maybe they're going to have a really good game this week or something. Some sort of success in that way. Very interesting reading I'm getting here. Let's go ahead and also now look at your tarot cards. So we have the Ace of Swords. We have the Queen of Wands. And we have the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, so definitely be watching your finances in this week. That is an important message here. Also, your health. Again, making sure that goes back to that collective energy for you guys. Definitely making sure that you're staying, healthy. Making sure that you're not you're overcoming any feelings of loneliness in this week. It's a message of not getting stuck in self-pity. Look to others for guidance and encouragement. Detach from the world. Being detached from the world. Sadness, emotional poverty. So maybe some of you are still in the process of getting over something, some sort of loss or some sort of breakup. And I don't know what is going on with the lighting situation right now. It keeps changing. But, we also have, so yeah, we have this Queen of Wands here, which is, the Queen of Wands is always somebody who is very charismatic, who's very attractive, who has this very alluring energy about them that always calls in people. And so, one who attracts others through beauty and charisma can be overconfident, frivolous, or arrogant on sort of the negative aspects. So For some of you, this could be a person that you're dealing with in this week, or this is kind of a energy that you need to embrace. I feel like this, for some of you, this is part of your own persona, your own abilities. You can be very social of a person, but you need to watch out for somebody who's a sweet talker. I don't know. I'm getting a sense, for you guys, I feel like there's a sense of warning a little bit in this week for you guys for some reason. But we also have this Ace of Swords, which is overall a message of triumph. It's new beginning. It's especially new beginning as far as communication goes, you know, conquest through cleverness. You know, happiness that is won at the loss of another's misery is not worth the price. Consider any new opportunities presented to you and weigh their potential for harm. Yeah, so for some of you, again, there is a warning here. It just depends on how you use the information that is presented, who is offering you something in this week. Make sure that you know all the details about it before you make a decision about it. And let's go ahead and also pull some more cards here to get more clarity. You guys have a very interesting reading so far. It's very, I don't know, there's some unusual energy going on here. So let's go ahead and see what else does group 1, the Malachite group, need to know for their week of November 18th to the 24th. Okay, what else do you guys need to know about this week? What else do they need to know about this week? What else? Okay. Oh, wow. Again, that's kind of what I was talking about right here. We have the Judgment card coming up. So in this particular card, it's an image of kind of like a past life regression. So again, things from the past may be coming back up again, you know, knowledge that maybe you've lost, again, maybe possibly past life memories, past life karma that needs to be cleared up, and rising up again out of it, especially when we have something like, we have the World card here present as well. So completion, endings of certain cycles, beginning of new cycles happening in this week. We also have the Initiate of Chalices, which is like the Queen of Cups. So be using your intuition a lot. Because again, I feel like there might be a person that could be related to your past who might come in trying to like kind of sweet talk you again, trying to get you to fall into the same old pattern from the past, and you need to break that cycle. Yep, we have the Seven of Wands here. So have your defenses up, be prepared for anything. You know, you can listen to what they have to say, but be very discerning about what information they're giving you here. So because we also have the Hierophant here. So making sure, again, you're following your own path. You're not following what somebody else is trying to set out for you, because you know what is right for you. We also have, look at this, we have the Initiate of Swords and we have the Initiate of Wands. We have 3 women here. I feel like there's a lot of feminine energy happening here. We have the Queen of Swords and we have the Queen of Wands twice here. So that's a very prominent thing. So yeah, and somebody who has a very, you know, this may not necessarily be a woman. You know, it's just somebody who represents this kind of energy, might be very connected to their feminine energy. But anyway, somebody who's very charismatic, somebody who just draws people in. They might be very good with their words. It's just their energy, their looks. They know how to use those elements. I feel like that's the person to be aware of here. You know, be taking on more, I think, of the elements of the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords. You know, learning from past mistakes. You know, remembering the past hardships that you experienced, because maybe this person caused this to you. Again, this is kind of a specific message for some of you. We also have the Novice of Pentacles, which is the Knight of Pentacles. So again, slow moving energy. Somebody better is coming in, I feel like. A new cycle, a better cycle is coming in. Again, being very mindful about your goals. That's the focus, I feel like. You know, think about your goals, think about your money situation, put in the hard work, and stay the course. Just keep working on it. Don't get derailed by somebody else or somebody else's own agenda, I feel like, in this week. But let's go ahead and also look at the oracle cards that we have here. So for your crystal that might be useful to use in this week, we have celestite. So Who needs it? Anyone brazenly ignoring the consistent inner voice that actually has some good ideas for how you might better handle this whole life thing. See, that's following your intuition, listening to your inner calling here. You know, where to put it as a calming adornment wherever you meditate or pray. When to use it, when it's time to stop and really listen. With Celestite as a guide, you might be surprised by what you hear. So tune into your serenity. So yeah, that is a very important element here for you guys to take on. Because again, you have I feel like you have all the tools to handle this week. And it really just depends on how you use it. You can either be the victor or you can be the, victim in a sense. So we also have this particular card. So let's see, this is an air element. This is the 5 of air. So with this, it's a warning of, being aware of illusions, what is reality, separation, self-sabotage, self-deception, criticism, conditioning, and the need for healing here. So a conflict between reality and belief, a time for honesty, let go of illusions and pretense. Face a painful reality. Advice and constructive criticism are not a personal attack. Drop the mask. Reveal your true self. You are not alone. Forgive others for wearing their masks. So yeah, I feel like this is gonna resonate and manifest differently for everybody in this week. But advice and constructive criticism are not a personal attack. As long as it is actually constructive criticism or advice, that could definitely be related to this 7 of Wands. So again, have your guard up, but don't be completely blocked off from hearing somebody else's point of view. Let go of any illusions or pretenses. Drop the mask. Reveal your true self, as well as, forgiving others for the mask that they wore, for whatever pain that they might have shown you in the past, I feel like. But that doesn't mean that you necessarily have to welcome that person back into your life. So let's go ahead and see what else we have here. We also have the moth spirit and we have the camel. So let's go ahead and see what these, we have another air element here. And it's funny because we're talking about Gemini. Oh, and like the stereotype thing about Gemini is that, they're two-faced or they have like multiple personalities. So that might be kind of representing a person that you dealt with who seemed very two-faced. And so you really need to use your intelligence, your sensitivity, your intuition to really discern, has this person changed? What is their real deal? Do I really need this person, around me? Those kind of questions are coming up here. So with the moth, this is talking about impulsive, hasty, and wishful. The moth is sure the grass is greener on the other side. Moth energy is at play when we're attracted to easy solutions or anything shiny and new. This can lead to unfinished projects, disappointment, or burnout. It's like that 5 of Pentacles right there. It's helpful to remind moth personalities that life is complex. No matter the illusion, no one is exempt from the trials and tribulations of this great journey. Practice seeing life as an infinite mystery rather than wishing it was easier or different. So when this energy is in balance, you're enthusiastic and you're whimsical, kind of lining up with that Queen of Wands energy. But when it's out of balance, it's talking about idealizing others, being jittery, having this jittery energy about them. How to bring it back into balance is by finishing a project. So if there's any projects that you've been putting off, you've been putting on the back burner for so long, it's time, no matter how big or small it is, to put some work towards it. Finish that project. And so we also have the camel spirit here. And so with the camel, it's talking about resourceful, independent, know oneself. The camel can handle absolutely anything as it carries a wealth of nourishment within. This wondrous creature is self-reliant and handles challenges with ease. Even in the face of excess heat, judgment, or anger, the camel searches inside for the cool elixir of water to calm the situation. The camel represents the ultimate form of bringing opposites into balance, fire and water, and being responsible for one's own reactions. The camel is a wonderful traveler and is especially fond of trips to faraway lands. So when this is in balance, it's talking about being calm, content, and sparkle in the eye. When it's out of balance, dehydrated, lacks vitality. How to bring it back into balance is with a pilgrimage. So maybe taking a trip or something in this week would be helpful for some of you. And finally, the last card we have here is the Goose Girl with theft. So let's go ahead and see what this is talking about. So with these particular cards, they're based on different types of fairy tales, and so they have a lot of information and kind of telling those stories, the gist of it, the moral lessons from those particular stories. But the key, meanings here to take from it. So maybe the Goose Girl story is one that you should read up on, but it's talking about identity theft, authenticity questioned, blood magic, justice, intimidation, wisdom. There will be those who envy you and try to take what is yours. Know you have your own ancestral guides and strong family ties, which again, I was seeing that in your charms here. Believe justice will be done and the truth will be revealed. Know that who you are cannot be copied. You are protected and cared for. Your status is not why you are loved. So this is a story from the Brothers Grimm. So again, that goes back to that message of being your authentic self, being true to who you are, and no matter who's trying to sort of, again, contradict who you are as a person, you need to stand firm. You need to know that you're protected by your guides, by your ancestors, and that you can take on whatever challenges are happening in this week. Because there's definitely some element of challenge here for you guys, a lot of you who picked this pile. But again, it all depends on how you use it. How you handle the situation with this Ace of Swords, because it's like the Ace of Swords, it's the sword of truth, it's the sword of justice, but it's double-edged. So you can either use it with love and understanding and for your own, higher good, positive energy, or you can use it for the negative, to harm others, to be, spiteful, to be angry, jealous, whatever it may be. So again, that's your big message here. So with that said, I think that is everything I'm seeing here in your cards. I know this was kind of a weird reading for this particular pile, but hopefully, the bits that are coming through, the repeated messages, they make sense for you guys. Again, I feel like this is a week that you need to be very aware about what is happening. So yes, thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, please do leave a like, comment down below, make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell notification if you do not want to miss any future videos. And again, if you would like to check out my Patreon, my Ko-fi, any of that other links, social media, if you'd like to help and support the content that I'm creating via any other means, all that info is also down in the description, as well as info on how to get a personal reading with me. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. For those of you who picked pile 2 with the Zebra Jasper, let's go ahead and, as always, start by pulling your 3 overall tarot cards for this week of November 18th to the 24th. Let's go ahead and see what's happening for my group 2s. What do you need to know? Oh boy. Alrighty, so let's go ahead now and also pull your charms for the week. So for group 2, okay. So let's see these additional messages we have here. Oh, the coin is reappearing again. So that's just lining up with the collective energy for sure. So we have experience will give you the power and confidence to be you. We also have you will soon meet the person you admire. Lucky numbers are 3, 4, 16, 18, 44, and 45. We also have let things come to you. I feel like that's a message that has to do with whatever some of you have been trying to manifest. You might be trying to you need to be more receptive. You will always live happy if you live with heart. I also feel, let's see, be prepared to accept a wondrous opportunity in days ahead. So lucky numbers are 16, 18, 21, 25, 29, and 45. So definitely the numbers 16 and 18 are going to be significant somehow. In the beginning is you, in the middle is you, and in the end is you. And so finally we also have say it straight, simple, and with a smile. We have these 3 ravens here. So you might be seeing a lot of ravens. There might be a lot of messages coming through. So again, be receptive. Don't try to push the matter, whatever it is. Because again, the communication, the travel, whatever it is, it's coming in fast. It's going to come in soon. Oh, God. just dropping everything right now. I feel like this is a time to come out of your hermit state. Also, I feel like come out, for some of you, if you feel like you've been in that hermit mode for a long while, you've been disconnected from, the wider world, it's time to come back out there because there's opportunities waiting for you. There's offers. Again, a lot of fast communication coming through. Again, there's a lot of ideas that you can really bank on. There's a lot of fertility, a lot of possibilities. Your guides are definitely around. Again, just so many charms here about communication. I feel like new growth, again, seeing clearer, seeing new perspectives, transformation for sure. Pay attention to your dreams also. All right, let's go ahead and see what your tarot has to say. We have the Four of Wands. We have the Six of Swords. And we have the Ace of Cups. Look at that. A lot of new beginnings in this week for a lot of people here. And this is definitely all about emotional new beginnings. This could definitely be related to relationships for some of you, especially with that Four of Wands, celebration, community. Move quickly through your present circumstances. Your work is moving towards success, but you are not there yet. The time of rest and celebration must be earned. Effort toward completion, the goal in sight. So keep moving forward, keep holding on to your dreams, what it is you want to achieve. Again, this is kind of a twin flame message also with the Four of Wands. So this could be if some of you feel like you're on a twin flame journey or however you want to label it, soulmate journey, like keep on the course, keep moving forward, keep going through it, keep holding on to that because it's happening. And maybe this is a message for some of you to move away from current things that you've been like other current things, because we have that Six of Swords. So when something has failed or been defeated, it takes time to recover. Seek out whatever help you need and heal from the situation. If you are the victor, do not gloat. Rest after anxiety, compassion for all parties involved. So there might have been, recently a tough time, and now it's time for you to kind of rest. Or you have been in a time of resting. I feel more so you've been in a time of resting, and it's like you need to keep moving forward. You need to wake up and again, see the possibilities here because, again, we have the Ace of Cups. So, love must begin with self-love. Be as kind to yourself as you are to others, and love will increase in your life. A loving heart, a gift, compassion. Definitely offer or a gift is coming through soon. So, again, be receptive to it. Maybe there's an offer to come join some sort of social event. You should definitely accept it in this week. A new opportunity. I feel like there's something about combining all your talents, combining all these different facets of yourself into one so that you feel more full and complete. Let's go ahead and also now pull some additional cards to get more information about your week here for my group 2s. Again, balance and polarity for you guys. Let's see. What do you guys need to know for this week? What does group 2 need to know for this week of November 18th to the 24th? No. Just got cards going all over the place for this whole reading. Let's see. Take that one. Oh, wow. I'm kind of seeing what cards are already flipped out here, and it's just lining up with your charms. I'm telling you. Let's see. What else does group 2 need to know for this week? What else do they need to know for this week? All right. So we got the Initiate of Chalices, and we have the Elder of Chalices. So we got, divine counterparts here. We got the Queen of Cups, and we have the King of Cups. So, oh, wow. Actually, double that. We also have, or actually, no, not quite, but almost. We have the Novice of Wands, and we have the Elder of Wands. So we have the Knight of Wands, and we have the King of Wands. Let's see what else we got here. So we also have the Emperor. We have the Nine of Chalices. And look at this. We have the Empress. And we have the Emperor. I knew there was another divine counterpart here, but again, I was talking about, you know, embracing that Empress energy, and here we have it literally coming up. We also have the 6 of Pentacles. We have the 4 of Pentacles, so we have another 4. So again, the number 4 might be significant, and we have the 3 of Chalices. So yeah, I definitely feel like for some of you, this is some of you have been considering moving away, or, you know, giving up on your journey, or your, again, this is for some of you, of wanting that your perfect other half, whether you want to refer to it as a soulmate, a twin flame, your divine masculine, your divine feminine, whatever it may be. You've almost considered like giving up on it, or you've kind of like taken a break from that whole thing. You might have gotten a little bit like cynical about it, like, oh, it's not real or something. But it's definitely out there for you guys, because again, we have the Knight, the Queen of Cups and the Knight of Cups, and then we have the Emperor and the Empress. So it's like, yeah, that energy is definitely present here. You know, making sure you're balancing out your emotions. Again, new emotional beginnings are definitely possible for you in this week. You know, I feel like you guys have been more recently, like you might have like kind of put a pause on that whole journey and was focusing more on yourself, more on your own abundance, you know, maybe more on friend groups or something, which is perfectly fine. But it's now come to a point where you're a little bit like, you're starting to wonder about it again. And so it's time for you to kind of go back on it, because you have a lot of attractive qualities. Maybe, you know, reuniting with some old friends or meeting up with some friends are going to help lead you in the right direction. Or somebody's going to be offering you or wanting to sponsor you in some way, give you some sort of charity. I also feel like there's a prominent person who's coming in fast and soon, possibly, you know, with that Knight of Wands. They could be from a very far distance, or maybe this is like that far distant communication coming through. And maybe news about a wedding or some sort of celebration is on the horizon for you guys. Somebody who's very good at handling fires, like handling, I don't know, maybe that's a mess. Maybe that's very specific, handling fires for some reason, that kind of specific wording. But, you know, like handling challenges, they're going to represent a lot of this polarity between water and fire, I feel like. Good at, you know, the analytical side, and as well as like the artistic side. Going to be very good at goals, and again, managing and delegating power and tasks here. And then with the Empress, it's like, it could also be a family tie. You know, 3 different generations are important here. 3 people are important. The number 3 as well as number 4 are important. So let's go ahead now and also look at your oracle cards for the week. And so starting off with your crystals, we have rhodonite and sapphire. So for rhodonite, who needs it? Potential wasters. Those deeply sighing, I hate my job types. Sagittarians, we're moving into Sagittarian season. Where to put it? Against your open heart, begging the universe to tell you what the F you should be doing with your life. That's what I feel like this 4 of Pentacles is. You had that answer, but then you kind of like got distracted by the rest of things. When to use it. When the cubicle life has got you down, when it's time to drop the people-pleasing facade and start doing something that really lights you up. When you're ready to use your real unique powers to actually make the rapidly spinning planet a more beautiful place. Go with your heart. Sapphire here is who needs it? Students of ancient wisdom. Where to put it? On your right middle finger, the finger of Saturn. Sapphire's associated planet. When to use it? When resentments are doing more damage to you than those you're holding them against. Enlist Sapphire to call forth that old soul that resides within, i.e. the wisest part of you who couldn't possibly care less about what anybody else thinks of you. Find your tranquil place. So those might be 2 very important stones for you to use in this week. We also have these 2 particular cards. So we got the 9 of water, as well as an air element. So this is the the scribe of air. So this is talking about being, you know, a record keeper, information, knowledge, tradition, history, personal history, preservation, censorship. So look for an unbiased source. Be objective and seek multiple perspectives. Visit the library or archives. Value the written word by writing things down. Document your life journey. Make multiple copies of your digital files. A need to censor yourself. Guard your personal information. So that might be very significant for a lot of you guys here in this week. So keep that in mind. We also have then the 9 of water here. So this is all about illumination, acceptance, openness, emotional enlightenment, strength, courage, fear, and ignorance. So open your heart. Past experiences leave an emotional imprint, the weight of your emotions. Shine a light on the source of the emotional pain, the effect of past experiences on the present moment, emotional alignment, the process of becoming lighter. Ignorance is not bliss. And so break the cycle, remove the emotional hooks. Next up, we have some animal spirits. So we have buffalo, we have elk, and we have the bee. Let's go ahead and see what the messages are here for you guys in this week. So with the buffalo, this is talking about grounded yet heavenly, practical yet spiritual, very much like, you know, that King of Cups, you know, making sure you're both following your intuition, but you're following your logic and your wisdom as well. The hooves of the mighty buffalo are grounded in the earth, yet its head and mind rise toward heaven. The buffalo sees challenge, hardship, or a bump in the road as an opportunity for upliftment. Therefore, the buffalo does not fear death, illness, or misfortune. Its gentle eyes looked to the road ahead, trusting every turn. May we all experience this elusive yet life-changing bliss from time to time, and may we allow this card to remind us that life is a precious gift. When this energy is in balance, it's talking about trusting and pure presence. When out of balance, it's talking about restless and lacks gratitude. And so how to bring it back into balance is through prayer. And so, yeah, for you guys, that was kind of coming up in one of the other cards I was just reading about, you know, being a scribe, writing your journey, writing your life down, you know, appreciating things by writing them down. So for you guys in this week, it's very important to be doing like gratitude journaling. So writing down what you're grateful for, you know, writing down how things from the past, challenges, hardships that you experienced, how you learned from those things, how you became stronger from what they taught you. Don't be looking back at the past and thinking, oh, how I wish I could have changed this, because that's just a waste of your time. You can't go back and change the past, but you can look at the past and be like, wow, every one of these little events brought me to this point. Well, what is this point I'm at, and what did I learn? How did these experiences actually make me stronger? And appreciate the fact that you did experience those, no matter how horrible the situation might have been. Appreciate it regardless, because it got you to the point you are now, or it got you to that next level in your growth, if you get what I mean. And so next up we have the elk. So stable, resilient, headstrong, the father. Very emperor energy, I feel like. The great elk represents the earth element in its masculine form. This means it provides underlying support and stability amidst life's many changes. An elk personality, whether male or female, is fully established in themselves and knows their core values. They become known and respected for acting in ways that uphold those values. Sometimes the elk's ego can become inflated, but for the most part, they make damn good fathers, mothers, lovers, and friends. The world needs more elk energy. So when in balance, it just made me think of for some reason, it made me think of Freyr. Anyway, when in balance, supportive, kind, and consistent. When out of balance, pretentious, high, and mighty. To bring back into balance, eat, drink more cautiously. So be very mindful of your body, what you're consuming in this week. You know, keep the balance. And my light went out, so let me go ahead and change that real quick. There we go. We got light again. So that was the elk. And finally, we have the bee, which I like the bee a lot. I like bees. So earnest, hardworking, and democratic. The B personality is a delight to be around, especially when there's a team project on the horizon. Kind of going back to that collective energy, guys. If you did not watch the beginning of the video, make sure you always do, because I have, additional messages there. Especially when there's a team project on the horizon. Bees love to work steadily and thoughtfully until the final task is complete. They are sensitive creatures aware of many subtleties at once. Since they're artists at heart, they usually add creative details to the overall vision. For the most part, they have bustling, joyous personalities. Until they're too tired from all the work. Then they gripe and then they sting. So, when in balance, content, active, vibrant. When it's out of balance, being overworked, annoyed. And so how to bring it back into balance is by a mini vacation. So, again, that's a message that came up for the collective. Making sure you're doing a little self-care. Maybe you splurge a little bit on yourself. You kind of, do something like that. Because again, I feel like if you come with that attitude of gratitude, it's going to come back to you somehow in this week. And so finally, we also have the White Snake, Understanding. So this particular deck they're all based on different fairy tales. So they're very, detailed in explaining the different fairy tales. But I'm not going to get super in depth with that part, but more so sort of the key points. But I'll let you guys know, obviously, the White Snake here is a story from the Brothers Grimm. So, the key meanings here are good turns are rewarded. Sacrifice is rewarded. Boldness is rewarded. No excuses can be made when we are confronted by the truth. The humblest creatures have so much to offer. All creatures are sentient. Love animals. To know, to understand, to have wisdom. I feel like this is kind of relating back to the bee energy. Like, the humblest creatures have so much to offer. There's a lesson here in this week where you can learn a lot from observing animals, I feel like. Observing other creatures, seeing and recognizing the sentience in them. Because they're just like us in that way. It's like they dream, they have feelings, they have communities, they have communication between them. It's just that we can't necessarily always understand it, and some people are more perceptive than others and more willing to be perceptive. So I feel like when this card comes to you, you may have recently experienced a time where you felt people seem distant, unemotional, and lacking in warmth, but you continue to do the right and good thing, and you will find there will soon be a breakthrough moment. There will also be a time soon when all the groundwork you have done in a relationship will suddenly become worth it. You're going to be able to change people's lives and help their hearts heal from the frost that can settle around a wound. You are in many ways the healer of the wounded heart, and soon you will see how true this is. So that is definitely an important message here. Again, I feel like that goes back to the gratitude. Like, you can have gratitude and you can help others, and in turn that's going to be return back to you. So not giving up on relationships, I feel like. Because you might be like attracted to that hermit idea of like, hiding, disconnecting from society or whatever it is, because you don't feel like it's worth it. Like, it's too exhausting, and you're feeling maybe overworked by dealing with other people. And yes, sometimes it's good to take a break from that, find your serenity, heal yourself. But at the same time, I feel like here it's a message that you're so close to achieving something, achieving that, again, that relationship that you want, that connection. You just need to stay the course for some of you. So that is everything I'm seeing here in your cards. If this reading resonated with you, please do leave a like on this video, comment down below, make sure to subscribe, and turn on the bell notification if you do not want to miss any future videos. And again, if you're interested in checking out like my Patreon, my Ko-fi, any of my other social media, if you would like to help and support the channel anyway, all of that will be down in the description, as well as how to get a personal reading with me or me and my Pisces-Twin. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. All right, for those of you who went ahead and picked group 3 with this emerald piece, let's start as always by shuffling and getting your overall, 3 tarot cards to represent your week here. What it is you need to know for group 3, who chose the emerald, what is happening for you guys in this week of November 18th to the 24th. What is going on for you guys? Group 3. What? Ooh. is going on? Alrighty, so let's go ahead and also now pull your charms for this week. For group 3, what do you guys need to know for this week? Alrighty, so, oh boy, we got a bunch of additional messages. So, you will soon meet the person you admire. Lucky numbers are 3, 4, 16, 18, 44, and 45. We also have what belongs to you shall come to you. Exactly. Especially with manifesting. It's like if there's a specific, okay, maybe more so like if there's something you've been wanting, you've been applying for, whatever it may be, and it's like you keep trying for it and the universe keeps shooting you down kind of for it. It's like it never comes to fruition. You never get that position, whatever it is. There's a reason for it because it's not what you perceive as what's meant for you isn't actually what's meant for you. And so the universe will kind of keep putting like little roadblocks in your way to try to like wake you up to the fact like, hey, you need to stop for a moment and reassess because what really belongs to you will come to you. And maybe this thing that you keep kind of like, it feels like that analogy of like kind of banging your head against a brick wall over and over again and expecting to break through for it. It's like, that's not going to happen. It's like you need to allow what is meant for you to come to you. So your potential self is infinite. We also have lift people up to their potential and higher self. Live light, travel light, spread the light, and be the light. We also have appreciate yourself and honor your soul. Ooh. So I see a couple of zodiac charms here as well. So what are we dealing with here? We got Aries and we have Virgo. So for some of you, you either are an Aries, a Virgo, or you have, either or both of these signs prominently in your chart. Or this is just a message of, being very practical, but also being courageous, taking a risk, taking a chance. Or you're dealing with a Virgo or an Aries in this week. Protect yourself, protect your energy in this week for sure. Because you have a lot of bright ideas inside. You don't want to spread your ideas around. You want to make sure you keep those, sacred into yourself until the right moment when you're finally ready to show the world it. Unlock those aspects. There might be elements of past knowledge coming up, past lives, messages from your ancestors. A lot of need to be strong, but also vulnerable because you're going through a transformation. You need to. I don't know why I'm getting the message of drinking from the elixir of life. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but maybe for some of you that like resonates. So there's new growth happening. Again, transformation for sure. Use amethyst in this week. Amethyst is going to be an important stone, possibly. Maybe that's related to somebody's birthday. Or maybe there's like a prominent fae figure or spirit guide or something who's going to connect to you through amethyst. Or you might purple might be a significant color. Again, you're changing. The seasons are changing. Accept the change that's coming because you're going to feel a lot lighter for it. Let's go ahead and also look at your tarot cards now. What do we have? We have the 4 Pentacles. Wow, we have the 4 of Wands again. And then we have the 5 of Wands. Okay, so... Oh, this is so interesting. I didn't even notice this when I first looked at this card, but there's another figure down here. An opportunity right below your nose that you're not seeing. You're feeling kind of like bored and dissatisfied with things because it's like you've built this one castle, but it's like you can't even maneuver it because you are being stuck within just one tower. You're not taking a chance in like exploring different aspects of it, I feel like. So, and with the 4 of Wands, of course, that's always referencing potential of a celebration, a wedding. This is kind of a twin flame card, so a soulmate connection. Following your dreams, move quickly through your present circumstances. Your work is moving towards success, but you are not there yet. The time for rest and celebration must be earned. Key concepts here are effort towards completion, the goal in sight. Then with the 5 of Wands, this is talking about remain calm in the face of perceived obstacles. They do not threaten you in any serious way. Find ways to placate your possible foes. Key concepts, harmless challenge, a test of courage, ingenuity. That kind of goes back to what I was saying in your charms, sometimes what you perceive as a challenge or a foe isn't really as it seems. You'll be aware of groups of people in this week, conflict with individuals. Keep out of the drama because it's not going to do you any good. It's not going to help you on the goals that you're trying to manifest. It's only going to slow you down and it's going to derail you. But we also have, of course, the Four of Pentacles here, which is fine possessions alone won't bring contentment. Don't focus on material gain to the point where you are separated from life's true joys. Greed, selfishness, fear of losing security. So again, there was a message of like opening your heart, I feel like here. Again, be more receptive. What belongs to you will come to you. You're not going to lose anything that's meant for you. And then if you do lose something, it wasn't meant for you and something better is about to occur. So let's go ahead and see some additional messages here. What does my group 3s need to know? Who chose the emerald for this week? November 18th to the 24th. Oh, wow. Yeah. You guys worry too much. Ooh, you definitely worry too much. All right. So what do we got here? We have the Elemental of Swords. Again, Fae energy. Something about that for some of you. Oh, we got the Devil card. Again, messages from the past coming up again. Clear out that old karma. We have the Four of Swords. Look at that. 4 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, 4 of Swords. 4 is your number for this week. We also have the 6 of Wands. Look at that. We have the Hangman. We have the Sun. Got quite a few major arcanas. The Initiate of Wands, which is like the Queen of Wands. And then we have the Star card. Wow, look at all this major arcana energy going on here. So, again, you guys don't have... You're worrying too much. Again, some sort of communication. You have to have more trust. Victory and success, joy, celebration, happiness. They're all on their way. But you need to embrace your power, your charisma, your talents, your spirituality, your sexuality, and accept the messages that are coming through. Be very mindful of your dreams, what you're seeing in your dreams. Again, communication from your ancestors is going to be maybe prominent in this week, or maybe people from the past. You need to lighten up, I feel like, is the message. You need to inject some more joy into your life, a little bit more trust in the universe and what's meant for you. Let's go ahead and see what you have in regards to your oracle cards here. So for the crystals, you guys got quite a few crystals that might be useful for you guys to use in this week. So we have smoky quartz, cavanite, and then agate. So with smoky quartz, this is talking about who needs it, glass half empty types, space cadets. That's that 4 of Pentacles. Where to put it on a chain around your neck or hidden in your pocket whenever you're certain to find difficult people in your path. Family dinner tables, conference rooms, subway cars. That's that 5 of Wands. When to use it. When you fall prey to emotional vampires. When you're just too spacey and can't even. When you're embarking on a spiritual journey or a journey to pick up your dry cleaning. Extra points if you're thinking, what's the difference? Arm your spiritual warrior. So again, protecting your energy. A canvasite, who needs it? Storytellers, soothsayers, healers, therapists, psychics. So where to put it? Wherever you translate inspiration into written or spoken word. So look at that. That's what's happening here in that Devil card. It's like she's, she's being a medium. She's receiving these messages and writing them down. That's going to help you to clear out some of your karma here. Whatever it is that you're holding on to, any toxic patterns, you need to write them out and kind of dispel them that way. When to use it. When it's time to speak clearly and straight from the heart. When you want to get weird. Ask Canvasite to make you a conduit for messages mysterious and eternal. Expand your consciousness. You guys could definitely be very strong channelers, mediums along those lines. Again, psychics. Agates here. Who needs it? Work-life balance strugglers. Where to put it? Wherever you need more stability in your life. When to use it? When you want to get into your body, try fire agate. When too much screen time has you feeling disconnected from anything the slightest bit eco, try the far from aptly named moss agate. which neither contains moss nor is technically an agate, but can still hold it down. Find your solid ground. Next up, we have these particular cards. So we have air elements and fire elements. So let's see. Again, look, somebody who has books, somebody who's acquiring knowledge, spoken word. So we have the Three of Air, which is all about education, talent, study, willingness, guides/teachers, comprehension, communication, and perception. Expand your mind. Every experience offers a lesson. Education is a lifelong process. Learning aids comprehension. Lessons repeat until we understand. Learning transforms talent into skill. Don't kill the messenger. Ignorance is nothing to be proud of. So next up, we have the King of Air. So this is talking about disciplined, ethical, commanding, expert, forceful, precise, rule-oriented, respectful. A time for ethical behavior. No room for compromise. Seek the advice of an expert. Respect the rules or laws. Keep your judgment free of emotional impediment. Don't be drawn into an argument. Look at that. Don't be drawn into an argument. I was talking about that earlier. And look, we literally have another card reiterating it. Why are you pushing boundaries? Don't reject unsolicited advice. And next, of course, we have the Ace of Fire here. So again, I was talking about embracing your creativity, embracing your fire. We have the Sun, we have the Queen of Wands, and now we have the Ace of Wands, which is like a lot of fire energy happening right here. It's that Aries energy. That's the energy of just do it. It's embrace all those aspects. Again, spirituality, creativity, sensuality, sexuality, all of that goes into that. So new beginnings, initiative, action, conception, invention, creation, creativity, procrastination. Don't be procrastinating in this week. New beginnings and opportunities. Actively pursue your goals. Take advantage of what's being offered. Move beyond research and planning. Weave your future into being. Take something old and make it better. Break with tradition and offer something new. Uncertainty inspires procrastination. So don't be uncertain. Follow your heart. If you know you want to do something, then just do it. Next up, we have your animal spirit, which is the bear. Bear has been very prominent for me this year for some reason. And so let's go ahead and talk about it. See what the bear has to say here. So the bear is all about waking from spiritual slumber, beginning anew. After a long winter, the bear rises from deep slumber. At first, the movement and effort are difficult, but the bear knows it's time to awaken and move toward the dawning light. The bear card represents an individual on the cusp of new directions and personal transformation. And I was talking about transformation all over the place with your charms here. So the initial weeks and months of the spiritual guests may feel tricky, cumbersome, and full of obstacles, but you have no choice, bear. Winter wanes, the warmth of spring emerges, and your transformation begins. This is a transformation that's going to happen whether you want it or not, so you just need to trust and go with it. So when this is in balance, it's talking about inner strength and yearning to grow. When it's out of balance, withdrawal, lethargy, and heaviness. How to bring into balance? Movement and exercise. So for you guys, definitely get out there. Do some kind of movement, do some sort of exercise, even if it's just like a simple walk. If you're just playing like an active video game, like a dance game or something, like whatever it is, just get out there and move your body more. And so next, speaking of that, look at that. We got red shoes right here, which is like a ballerina. And then we have Snow White and Rose Red. So these cards are pretty detailed because they're all based on different fairy tales, so they presents like a lot of that fairy tale information. I'm going to go ahead and just read like the key elements from each one, but if you want to explore deeper, then read these stories because there's a lot of good moral lessons there that might be important for you in this week. So with the red shoes, we're talking about obsession. And so this is a story from I swear, if I butchered this name, I'm going to be so sad. Christian Andersen. And so this is all about obsession, need, slave, curse. What started out as a pleasure has become an addiction. And you had the devil card here in your cards. So yeah, guys, for some of you, you have some sort of addiction, you have some sort of obsession that needs to be broken so that you can step forward into your transformation. There is an unhealthy attachment in your life. Take steps to free yourself from your own compulsion. Seek help and support in gaining control. Reassert yourself as the sovereign of your own life. Take back your power. Yeah, it's all about, consider radical, strong solutions to a difficult problem. It could be a relationship that feels out of control, or your devotion or addiction to something that started as recreation, a desire, a longing, something you thought would be wonderful and give you a great deal, and take nothing, except it has taken, perhaps even taken over your life. You need to seek help, and you need to break the chains, cut yourself free, and start again. This could be painful and difficult, but it will result in being free to be yourself again. Expect a whole lot wiser and able to help others who wish to embrace the curse of the beautiful red shoes too. And then we, of course, have Snow White and Rose Red, which is all about sister love. So maybe this is related to a family member, maybe a sister for some of you. And this, of course, is a story from the Brothers Grimm. So this is about family bonds, sister love, sharing when you have little. Oh, and you know what's, that is crazy. There's also a song called Rose Red and Rose White, Snow White. It's by, why am I forgetting her name? It's a singer I like. But they did a song that's based on this whole story. But if you actually read this story and you learn about it, there is a bear in this story. So that is pretty synchronistic right there. That's pretty crazy. There's a bear, and then there's like a dwarf or like a gnome or something. That's just a butthead. But yeah, there's also a bear in that story. So that's pretty trippy. But anyway, this is talking about, sharing when you have little, rewards for good deeds. Sharing what you have creates abundance. Sibling loyalty and love. Extended hospitality and generosity. Seeking beyond appearances. Reward for a good heart. So this is... So the other aspect is that the sisters are dark and light, both good, but one quick and vicarious, the other shy, yet they share everything. One marries the bear prince, the other his brother, and love each other dearly. So too with us. We must marry within us our dark and our light, not rejecting either. And by sharing both aspects of the self with the world in tender, honest, and vulnerable ways, we become strong, and abundance flows to us. We may appear to frighten others, will be for you an opportunity to do good. Your generosity, your lack of fear, and your solid bonds with loved ones will give you all the strength you need, all the blessings you could ever wish for. So that is pretty interesting. So I find that pretty trippy, that literally got the bear, and then you got Snow White and Rose Red, which totally, again, there's the bear prince in it. So that is pretty interesting. I feel like, be aware that not all appearances are what you perceive. Don't read a book by its cover. Judge a book by its cover. Break any sort of obsessive or addictive kind of habits, or even like mindsets. Like I feel like with that Four of Pentacles, the message here, like this is an element that you really need to break out of. Or maybe for some of you, it's like getting pulled into arguments or dramas with people. That's like, it could be any form of obsession or, habit, addiction. It's not necessarily to a physical substance, but for some of you, it could be. That's why you're getting the message of getting out and exercising more, doing movement to cleanse and detox your body. Because again, there's a lot of prosperity headed for you if you just, again, reclaim your power. Maybe for some of you, it's a relationship that you need to break out of. So yes, that is everything I think I'm seeing here for your cards for this week. If this reading resonated for you, please do leave a like on this video, comment down below, make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell notification if you do not want to miss any future videos. And if you would like to, check out my Patreon, my Ko-fi, my other social media, if you'd like to support me in any other ways, all that info is down in the description, as well as information on how to get a personal reading with me or me and my Pisces twin. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.